Hey you, so on this video, is it game over when you find a milk spot, or can a milk spotted coin be sold on for a profit? I'm just going to go over a few of my coins and give a few scenarios that I've personally gone through when a milk spot has popped up. I've also got a few gold pickups, and I've got this one here. It's my first Cougar, so I thought I'd give it a little display in the coins that I've got in the background. But I also know, and I've been asked a lot of questions regarding these coins, just everything coming from the Maya Mint and the plastic situation. So I'll just give my views on it whilst going over the topic of this video. So I wanted to talk about this as it seems to be the talk at the moment, and I've run into a situation where I've been able to sell a milk spotted coin for a profit, so it wasn't technically game over once the milk spot was discovered and seen. And I just wanted to give my opinion on what the best course of action was for me, and also find out for any individuals out there that have come across a milk spotted coin, was it a high premium one? Come time to sell, did you actually have to sell at a loss? I mean, come to think of it now, I don't think I've sold, and I have sold milk spotted coins, and I'll give the breakdown on how I was able to break even and even make a small profit, and why I could see it being a big pitfall for some individuals. So it'd be good to hear how, if you have come across a milk spot, and I'm sure we all have come across a milk spot on our coins, what course of action did you take? Did you immediately decide the coin was no good? As we can see, got a bit of, whatever it is there, but I can tell you now the coin is in good nick, and I'll break into my views on the plastic and these coins in a moment. Did you find the spot, put it out there, mark it up as imperfect and take a loss on the coin just to make the pain go away? Or what course of action did you take? And I'll go across the course of action I took as I just break into these. Now, regarding these, with the questions I've been asked a fair bit, I personally don't think that they're going to be using PVC. Now, I've got a lot of my older ones here, and funnily enough, some with milk spots that I'll be showing. This series started in 2008, so I've got coins dating as far back as then. But I don't collect the BU coins, which is funny also. So what I'm normally going to have, if I can get some here, is the proofs that I'm normally going to be holding. So with the BU coins on the current Rwanda coins, it was the Rooster, I believe. I got a few, I'm not sure if it was 10 or 20, and then I've always been intending to pick a load of them up, but I've never got around to it. So on the BU, I only have the Roosters and these wildlife coins. That's why I'm showing them. To the best of my knowledge, I have asked and inquired about this in the past. Now, I'm saying the Maya Mint in general, because I believe they do all the Rwandan coins. It is not PVC. I think it'd be extremely stupid of a mint, knowing the dangers of PVC, to put their coins like, I understand it would have been something a big mint would have done back in the days. We're talking early 90s or something. But moving forward now, could you imagine capsules containing PVC and coins being shipped out like that? So the bulk of my coins that I did have in these, as we all saw, was the proofs and the BU gold. So when it came to these, I only have these wildlife coins. Now it's better because you can see these are a lot older. So with these, I highly doubt that would be the case. I couldn't tell you what the situation is. I've seen videos where individuals have these types of marks that are easily, it could be condensation, it could be whatever, but in the end of the day, it's down to each and every individual to go about it and handle whichever way they would. If you want to mutilate your coins and cut them out, I wouldn't call it mutilating them, but it's a known fact that with these coins, especially individuals, if you want to sell them for a profit, do prefer the coins come in already sealed, so vac packed in this plastic container. If you're going to keep them for yourself, you can do whatever the hell you want, but if you want to resell them, I'm sure any individual that's going to be paying a premium for them is going to want them as they came from the factory, and that's going to be in these pouches. I don't think, just because of how long they've been out, that there's any issues with regarding the plastic. I haven't bothered to go over mine. I know, and I'll show you in a moment, what it looks like when you do have a milk spot on these coins. But getting back to whether you're able to, or is it game over when you find a milk spot, from my own personal experience, I'll break down the one avenue where it technically is, and you just need to, really plan your course of action from there, whether you're going to mark it down and advertise it as that, or you could be cheeky and take a risk and see what comes back. Now for me, I've done a trade of a dealer good couple of months ago now, 5 months or so ago, and it was for some Lunar One coins, and now it was for some half ounce Lunar One coins, I believe. Now the dealer already had a seller in place for the coins. Now when I've gone over the coins, getting ready to pack them out and send them to him, I noticed a few of them had milk spots on them. So now I was in a situation there and then whether I was to bring that to the dealer's attention, and then we would mark down the arranged price from there, or send them out to the dealer and wait for his response and how to go about it. So I chose to do that, send them out to the dealer. It's not like he's not going to not see them. I've sent coins out to the dealer before with cracked capsules that happened in transit, and the dealers got back to me and said, oh look, we need to mark down our price, or the coin's been tarnished and they've worked on removing the tarnish and the likes of. So I thought he'll bring any imperfections to my attention, we'll mark down the price from there. But lo and behold, the dealer was able to take the coins I'd sent him, I believe 3 or 4 of them had milk spots on them, clear as day, and resold them for a profit. So that went through smooth, and it got me thinking, because what I've noticed when you find a milk spot on a coin, as we break into these, and I think this is the older pack, so this is from the 2008 to 2012. Now on these you'll see clear and day milk spots, and these are the same plastic, I believe. But what I noticed is that people's mindset in general, and I'll pick this up just from doing the trades and conversating with individuals, is they're going to be a lot more cautious when you're buying on the secondary market, whereas opposed to the first-hand market. I'll say first-hand market is going to be from a coin dealer or from the mint themselves. Now that is because automatically individuals believe eBay is already a very dangerous place, so you could be receiving a fake. The knowledge out there, or the word out there, is that always purchase from a reputable dealer. So whenever you're purchasing from eBay, unless it's one of the online dealers already, and this isn't a PVC bag, you're already going to have to be extremely cautious. So individuals are going to be scrutinizing the coin from the go, so that's not something they do. And this is what I've realized: when you have a coin up for sale from a dealer, for instance, I know for a fact that if I was to receive a silver coin from the Royal Mint today, if we get this one in, for instance, this one in the shot, and it had milk spots all over it, even this bullion coin, I'm able to send it back to the Royal Mint. That's one of the perks of purchasing. You get the screw type caps. If I found a spot on it, I would send this back to the Royal Mint. Now the Royal Mint automatically are not going to melt that coin or throw it in the junk bin or whatever. They're going to ship the same coin back out to another customer. Now you have to ask yourself, how many times do they ship a defected coin out to another customer before they say, okay, hey ho, we've sent it to 4 customers, they've all sent it back. It wouldn't surprise me if they sent it to another customer and it just, went on to a happy home. So looking at it like that, I've seen that people's guards are down a lot more when they're purchasing from dealers or the mints, as opposed to purchasing from the secondary market. Now, of course, for an individual like myself, if I'm going to be selling, I'm going to be looking at the secondary market. But I've always mentioned in the past that I also like to sell with dealers, because I find that a lot more smooth. You take a little bit of a hit, but dealers will never, mark down for things like milk spots. That's one thing I've noticed. I have sold collector coins and it hasn't been an issue. So I'm giving 2 sides to the coin here. And that is, when I found the milk spot, it wasn't game over. But I've seen situations where individuals have also tried to sell a coin before on the secondary market. There has been a milk spot on the coin, and then a serious buyer's pulled out just because they've seen it or asked for close-up pictures, and then the individuals had to disclose, yeah, it does have a spot. So I would say, individuals like ourselves, at one point I was of the mindset that I didn't care if the coin had a spot, because it was just for me. I wasn't grading, and in the end of the day, that's the ultimate way I saw it. I'm not going to be grading the coin. I don't need a 70. As long as it's not got gashes chunked out of it, I don't really mind. But then I had to take into account, well, say I'm going to sell this coin for a profit, which is what I want to do, regardless of whether I like milk spots or not. And the individual that's going to be buying the coin minds. And so you're always going to get scrutinized a lot harder on the secondary market. So I had to take that into account. But looking at it, even with the Liberty coins, the 25th anniversary, I believe it was, Gold Liberty coins that I ended up selling back to the dealer, sending back to the dealer. He went on to sell them to other customers. So it all boils down to the individuals. Individuals watching this video or individuals on YouTube are always going to be scrutinizing a lot harder. We know how to go over coins with our loops and, gauge it whether it will be a 70 or not. Just that feeling alone when you can look at a coin, see nothing by eye. I know one of these coins, some of them are going to have some milk spots, so hopefully I'll be able to pick them up soon. And this is the 2009, so we're going back a few years here. We're able to gauge a coin, go over it, look over it, and then know, and even say, well, look, this would easily get a 69, or it wouldn't get a 70, but I'd class it as a 69. Whereas other individuals that ain't as involved with the coins ain't going to view a coin like that. As long as there's nothing blatant by eye shot, there's going to be a lot of times they're going to be overlooking and seeing things. Now here you go. So we have the 2010 Lion, I believe, and this is what it looks like. I mean, milk spots are milk spots. You're not going to get anything that disappears. So this is just me showing me. I know there's a lot of controversy on these coins at the moment with the plastic, but here is what one of them looks like when it does have a milk spot. You can't miss it. It's blatant. Once again, if I was selling this on the secondary market to another individual, you could say an individual that's going to scrutinize the coins and want it at its best, no imperfections. You can't really hide that. There's no getting away from that. But then this is an individual getting it second hand. And this is what I'm saying. It's not always technically game over if you're able to sell this to a dealer, because dealers have that, that security that a lot of first-time buyers like, and not even first-time buyers, anything I receive from a dealer or eBay or on the secondary market is going to get the same type of, scrutinization. But for a lot of individuals, it seems to be the case. And I'm telling you now, dealers don't get returns and send them back to the mint or, the melt pot. I'm sure some do, but you have to understand also, dealers don't check every single coin they get. They damn near check none of them. They check the coin is there and what it is. So if you can imagine how many coins or milk spotted coins get past quality control and go on to happy homes, either individuals have bad eyes or they're just not scrutinizing coins. So it's interesting to hear and see. I don't think this is a milk spot now. It's just the way the plastic hugs, and it's got a lot to do with the climate and the temperature from wherever you may be. I've seen these coins really fog up at one point when I had them stored in a certain way. So I believe this one has a few spots also. So there you go again. So I've got two of these displaying spots. As you can see, spots pop up on these as spots, but once again, I wouldn't take them out. I've seen coins, as I've mentioned in the past, that are very desirable Lunar One coins with spots like this, and individuals only choice is to take them. So looking at it, I would say always on the secondary market, selling to an individual on that avenue. If a spot pops up, you may need to mark down. It'd be great to find out what you've done. You can hold your ground. If it's a really rare coin, that would be technically this one here, the 2008 Grilla, that can sell anywhere from $300 to $500 to $800, and it's got a spot on it. You can hold your ground. You could maybe sell this on to a dealer. Well, here's what I damn near bet on, guarantee. A dealer would be able to sell the coin with these types of spots for a profit, no problem. It's just back and forth with them. Just like the Royal Mint, I use them as an example because I know individuals that have sent a coin back 3 times to them and got a bad coin, then got a winner. So, and they're constantly just, receiving an imperfect coin in or defected coin and sending it back out. They're not holding them out. And when you think about it, once they've got a way of doing that for so long, why would they? So it's not technically the end, but depending on how you want to resale it, from my own personal experience, it could be, and then you can go on to take a loss. And then it all depends on the type of individual you are, because you have to remember, dealers will do that each and every time. They're not going to mark the coin down as an imperfect, unless, it's got a one-off. And if it's a bulk of them and it's a new running coin, I also think that does play a massive role. A new running coin with a milk spot on, it's, there's not a lot of the desirability. The dealers got them in abundance, so they may not be so to want to push them back out. You could, as long as you purchase from a dealer, you should be able to get a replacement or a refund. But it'll be fantastic to hear you guys' experience, whether you've had to sell at a loss or you've taken any other options. But if you haven't, it may be one to take on board in the future. Maybe you can take that coin, if it's desirable enough, to a dealer, whereas they would have no problems. And a lot of people purchase from them at ease, whereas when you're purchasing on the secondary market, you already got your antennas up, because you've got a lot of hurdles. Could it be fake? That's the biggest one. So you're going to find individuals really going over the coin. So it'd be fantastic to hear you guys' thoughts on that. When you find a milk spot, is it game over, or have you found ways to actually go on and sell that coin for a profit? So that's just a few of the things that I've done from there. Didn't really get a lot of see of that cougar around, but maybe another video. So hate or love it, guys. It'd be fantastic to know what you think of this video. Don't forget to come along and follow me on the links that I've left in the description. YouTube is still at it, so I'm trying to reply or fix my bloody account. I'm not getting no notifications for messages and stuff like that, so apologies for real late replies and all of that. But don't forget to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.